I'm Chris Berman. Let's get straight to the action. In our first game this week, we had the Panthers come away with a 7-point win. In a long-standing NFC rivalry, we had the Redskins pick up their third win of the season. The Jets lost this one, but will stay at number 3 in the AFC East. Barker had a stellar game, but all said and done, his performance wasn't enough to lift his team to a victory. We had an interesting free agency pickup of note here. Trey's got the lowdown for us. Trey?
Carlos Francis is going to find himself with a new club, and he'll be in a new tax bracket, too. 4 years, $1.7 million.
On the frozen tundra of Lambeau Field in Green Bay, we had the Packers come away with a 2-point nail-biting win. Browns, Patriots. Tom Brady
calling signals at the 9-yard line. Crowd into it now. Rolls right. And look at this toss across his body between defenders. Picture perfect 6.
The Patriots win this one by the final score of 34-7. Steve Air McNair threw 3 strikes to the end zone and helped his Titans beat the Texans. Up at Invesco Field at Mile High, we had the Broncos get sent away with a 7-point loss. We had a big injury in this one, and Trey has the lowdown for us. Trey?
All right, Boomer, thanks. This week had some big injuries, and we'll get to all of them, but we're going to start right here. Priest Holmes won't see action for a while, and that'll be a big offensive loss for his team. A hyperextended elbow will keep him out for the rest of the regular season. There's a chance, however, they'll get him back for the playoffs. On to the serious news of the week. Burton had to be placed on injured reserve this week, and his loss will hurt both the passing and the rushing game for his team. So that'll do it for now. Boomer, back to you.
The Lions erupted for 400-plus offensive yards in their victory at the HHH Metrodome. The Falcons won in impressive fashion on the road and will now head home to meet the Saints. Bears, Jaguars. Thomas Jones
is just shy of the midfield stripe and takes the quick handoff with a spin. They're fooled! Nobody was deep on the left side! 10, the 5, touchdown!
The Bears win this one by the final score of 17-10. The Chiefs lost this one, but will stay at number 1 in the AFC West. Kevin Johnson stepped it up this week and gave his team some added firepower for the win. In the Queen City, Cincinnati, we had the Bengals come away with a 7-point win. James Mungro rushed for 2 touchdowns and helped his Colts beat the Chargers. And last but not least, we had the 49ers come away victorious.
All right, Boomer, thanks. Time to check out our playoff races now as December is officially upon us. Let's start it out with a look at the AFC. Meanwhile, over in the NFC, the playoff picture looks like this. So that's how things shape up. Still plenty of intriguing matchups upcoming as we get closer and closer to January. So that'll do it from here. Boomer, we send it back over to you.
That'll do it here for Pivotal Week 14. Things ought to get very interesting over the next 3 weeks, huh? Before we go, my prime-time players' game balls go out to a few gentlemen that are pushing their teams toward the playoffs. That'll do it, sports fans. I'm Chris Berman, and thanks so much for joining us here in the Bristol studios. We'll see you next week right here on ESPN, the worldwide leader in sports.